Hey guys, this is Tasman Dutch over here, and this is a very special video. I will tell you what we're going to do. Around, well, remember I said a couple of times we're going to do a special video because the Philips Cup Series has been existing now for, back then, for 2 years. Well, at the moment it is already for 2.5 years almost. So, and I also said there would be a special video coming because me reaching 20,000 views on my videos. Well, that is what this video is going to be about, although I've been planning this video for a long time, actually. So I'm still a little bit unorganized. As you can see, my hair is completely messed up. I just thought a few months ago, well, I think it's time for this video because we need to get back to racing soon. I'm back from the United States of America already now for 1.5 weeks. At the moment, I'm right in my exam week. Well, I don't. I usually call it test week. What these tests they do count for my exams, so I call it exam week. But what we're going to do, I once did a video in which I show. I think I'm not sure when I did it, but I show you. I showed you. Is that a word? But I had shown you. I showed. I show you whatever. What it looks like me doing these races. Like at the moment itself, I placed the camera and took some shots. So, and I just show you the place where I do these races. Well, which is actually here. Um, but well, I thought, yeah, but that is not all that comes to doing these races because well, I know there are some people who come just like press a button, press record, and do the races. Races over, done. Put it in one big mess video and done. But normally I will do a lot more effort, and especially preparing these races. It takes a lot of effort to do this, so I think it might be interesting for you guys to see what I do preparing these races, and that is what I'm going to show you. First, I'm going to show you how these races are prepared. So with well, paint scheme selection, and this is all pretty basic. This is, I will just show you everything I will go through when I plan to do one race. Also testing tracks, but well, of course, we are going to go to Grand Detour. Oh damn! I don't have this paper here. We're going to go to Grand Detour, the next race. I'm going to check that in a few moments, but so we've been to that track before. But usually when I do a race at the new track, a lot of testing has to be done before, and that is after I already did a lot of testing to see if the racetrack was suitable for racing. So yeah, and then I will also do this for the Golf Super Speedway series, but then I will just do it a little bit shorter and just the differences. I don't want to do that now. It's just I will go through everything I do to prepare these races, and with the Golf Super Speedway series, it takes even more effort. So yeah, I hope you like it. After then I will do the race, not now, but in the near future. So actually, it might be possible that when this video is uploaded, this right here, um, this is already like 3 or 4 weeks after I did this race. I'm very busy, but I just want to show you what I do and how much effort goes into doing these races, and maybe be an example for you guys as well to say, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that as well for my series because my series sucks. Well, I wouldn't say that. There are no. I'm not sure how many, if there are any series which are very bad, but so I will do also. I may. Well, I don't think I will record some things during doing the races. During the races. So I will just, after the race is done, I will show you a little bit more about what is going to happen when the races are done and how everything is going to be edited and calculated and all that stuff. So also goes some effort in, but not as much as preparation. So I hope you enjoy it, and well, afterwards, if you still have any questions, let me know. I'm always open for questions. So if you have any ideas on things I should do better, let me know as well. So first, let's take a look at how these races are prepared. So there we go. We are now over here in Opponent Manager, which contains all the cars which are racing. At the moment it says display active drivers only, which I do, well, this is with this way it is easier to delete cars. I usually do this for the Golf Super Speedway series, but we now go to this and we turn this off. So what are we going to do? We're going to select which paint schemes are going to be driven by these guys, and if there are no, but if there are, would have been any people injured or driver changes, we also do that here. So what are we going to do? What I look at, for example, first driver is Jos van Aarde over here in the number 1 car. 2 paint schemes she has. She finished in the top 15. I always look at the top 15 from the previous race. So she finished in 6th position at, what was the racetrack? Gorilla Snot. So that means that she will remain in this car. If she would have finished outside the top 15, she would get kicked, not kicked out, but she would get the other scheme. Jordan Culp over here, number 4 car. He only has 1 paint scheme, so he will remain in this one. Saya Asumi in the number 5 car. She finished in 15, so she will also remain in this one. We got Ray Tak in the number 8 car. She finished in, let me see quickly, in 20th position. So that means that this time Ray Tackett for next race is going to be driving the other paint scheme. And this is how we do for every driver. Well, I'm not really sure in what order I do it. First, I might even, it really depends. Sometimes I first do the paint schemes and then I switch drivers around. For example, Saya Asumi, she was injured at one point, so then I replaced her name on all 3 cars. Sometimes all 3 cars, depending on how long the injury lasts. I expect by Momo Akari, for example. But that is not the case. Nobody is injured, luckily. No driver changes. So we just continue with this. We got the 9 car over here. This is a special dirt scheme. So she will go back to her primary scheme, which is over here. And we will do this for all those cars. I will not show you very long everything because, well, sometimes, and especially in the Golf Super Speedway series, it really depends on how many cars there are. It takes up to 15-20 minutes sometimes, and I don't want to record all of that. But you get the general idea. It might also be possible that there are new paint schemes added, and I will just, then do new driver and then type everything in. I'm pretty sure that everybody kind of knows how these things work in NR 2003. Is that normally when there is a new car being added, that paint scheme is going to be driven as well, unless, the race before that was won actually by the person who now has a new car. Then I'll probably say, let's have that person drive that winning car once again. So here you have everybody, 1 scheme. Normally the Philips Cup Series only takes 10 minutes doing this. So I will quickly do this and then I will show you what will happen after this. So we will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are again with our single race mode. I always do single race, so no championship. I know that James did that and Josh may do that as well, but I always do single race, and the reason is because it is easier to edit and to change anything throughout the season. I think I have no experience with championship mode, so what are we going to do? We're going to go to our next race, and I actually hope that it is right here. The racetrack is called Grand Detour, so there it is. I'll actually write underneath this. Grand Detour is our next race on the calendar. So first we're going to take a look at all this over here. Practice length, happy hour length. I don't give. Let's just say I don't care. Race length is always 15% for the Philips Cup Series and always 10% for the Golf Super Speedway Series. Not more, and even actually it is not always this case, except for the Daytona and the final count, or it used to be final countdown, but now it is called the famous last word 600. They always are 20 or 25%, but these normal races are 15%. Of course you can change the amount of laps, and I do that occasionally when the races are too long or too short, but this race I'm not sure if I actually should change it. that is something which we are going to test in a few moments as well. Pit stop frequency, always 1. Yeah, I always do 1. I can't remember me doing it or having 2 at one time. So roster, always important. I sometimes forget to change that. Phillips Cup Series Season 7, number of car 42, and this time, or last race for the Gorilla Snot was 105%. The strange case is normally I run the races with 100%, not more, not less. That is like 90% of all the races the case. Except for this one, because the Grand Detour race I run at 110%. Don't ask me why, but for some reason I did 110% last season, so I'm going to test that now again. Yellow flags on double throttle restarts always on except for road course because you cannot turn them on. Weather realistic, I have turned that on a few weeks ago and I've been running that with realistic weather. Normally it doesn't really matter too much actually. I don't even know if there is rain in the race. I can see. You can only choose clear and cloudy, and temperature doesn't really matter. 70 degrees Fahrenheit is normally this is all standard over here. Wind direction north. Wind speed 0 miles per hour, so no wind, but I do it realistically, so this might make things interesting. I don't know. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to continue. This is not the real race, just for you guys to know. This is a test race. And it is not just one test race. I always do more of them. And I will do them a little bit differently. So here you can check once again if everything is right. See cars running, standings over here, and entries. Those are the things I use. Entries only for the Golf Super Speedway Series. Standings I use for this one as well. When I do a race, I press qualifying and I do drive. I don't know why I do this, but this has been like, yeah. So I've done this now from the beginning of me running, and then I do accelerate. Well, there you have your starting lineup. Once again, not official starting lineup. This will not be how it is for the real race, but this is just also a test to see how the qualifying goes and if everybody can put down a time, and if there's nobody eliminated for some reason. I had it once in the Golf Super Speedway Series that people somehow were disallowed to run the race, so always check that. Then we go to the race, and what I'm going to do, this is not a new racetrack, so what I'm going to do, I want you to pay attention to two things. I will put on the race, drive, exit the race, so then you have everybody racing. I'll press accelerate. Then you should look at the status right here. Oh, you cannot see my mouse cursor. That's I should have turned on. Right above the time remaining. You have to take a look at how many cautions there are. I always count them. It doesn't really matter if it is a big caution or small caution. A caution is a caution, and I always count cautions. Normally, I have a certain range of how many cautions I want to have for a race. With short tracks, I always say between 6 and 8 or 6 and 9 or something, maybe 5 and 9. For speedways, I always say around 5. Might be 4 or 3, might be 6 as well, but not more than that. For Super Speedway Series or for Super Speedways, I always do 3. And as well in the Golf Super Speedway Series, every race 3 or 2, sometimes I do 2, but sometimes it ends up being 4 or 5. The reason is because I don't want boring races with no cautions at all, and I don't want races which have which have like a zillion cautions. And these cautions do fluctuate a little bit. So at one race, it really depends a little bit on the racetrack. At one race, it might be 2 cautions, and then in the next race you have 7 cautions. So that is something I always keep in mind, and that is the reason why I do 3 of these quick practice races. Next thing I want you to look at is, at the moment it doesn't say anything over here, the race over here. You see the standings over here from the qualifying out and the race. I want you to look at that. What I always look at, how many people are moving around, how many passes are there, because that is also something I've been watching for the last 2 or 3 seasons or something. I don't want races where nobody can pass. and just have cars running around. It doesn't matter if the amount of cautions are perfect. If there is no passing, I don't want to go there, because passing does make it a lot more fun to watch. And if somebody leads from start to checkered, that's not fun. That's just no. So always look at that, and also sometimes I will scroll down a little bit to see how many cars are out of the race, because if at one point we end up with 30, 40 cars out of the race, I always say, I also want to change a little bit. So that is something I always keep in mind when doing these races, and I do this before every single race I run. Doesn't matter if I've been to that racetrack now for 20 times, I will always do this testing a little bit, because my feelings for a racetrack and how I want a race to be do change sometimes. For new races, I will do it differently. I will just put the race on. I will look a little bit around to run 1 or 2 laps. And then I will look around if the start is good, if the race is not messy, if the camera angles are good. That is also very important for me, because I don't want to have like a racetrack where there are crappy camera angles. A great example of that is the what was it, Joe Gibbs Racing Speedway or something, which is that 7 Mile racetrack, shaped in some sort of weird shape. The camera angles there are terrible, so that's the reason why we don't go there. Camera angles are also very important, and well, pretty much the basic things. I might forget some things which I always focus on, but if the race is good, amount of cautions is good, amount of passing is good, then the race track has a high chance of making it into the Phillips Cup Series. So first off, we're going to do a little test race. Once again, I always do 3 before the race. And it used to be 2, now I do 3. Fast forward, live, there we go. My car is gone. Sean Howell of my cement car is on the pole. So, okay, prepare yourselves. Look at the cautions, look at how many passing there is. Accelerate. So now the race is green, yellow, 1. Look at how many passing. Well, there's quite a lot of passing actually, even under yellow. That's surprising. So, green flag is out once again. Second caution over here. There has been some passing in that one race, and you see there are already a couple of cars out the race. Green flag is out once again. Green flag running 3. We have had some passing, not for the lead though, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to keep track of this. You see there is quite a lot of passing over here. No cautions at the moment. Lead changing happening over here. Alex Smith falling back a little bit. Caution number 4 is out. So, out of nowhere we have the 3 Appius, Denise Steinhauer, Son of course, and Debbie Myers up front. Another caution out. Caution number 5 over here. I might miss some cautions, but that's why I always also do multiple of these runs. 6 cautions. Still some passing. How many cars are out the race when we have less than 10 laps to go? That's fine. 7 caution. So, Denise Steinhauer still in the lead. So there is a lot of cars are out, laps down. But it's also something which I think, let's see, there might be some people who have been disqualified, and if there are too many, I also consider not running this race. But well, this race for you guys, that is all the case if the racetrack is brand new. This racetrack is not brand new. Let's take a look at this. You see a couple of cars have been damaged over here, there, and here we have some cars running. This was for I don't know what. Cars crashing into each other on pit road. This is all pretty basic testing. So when I do have a new racetrack, I do look at them, but I know that these races are pretty fantastic. Last season's race was a great race. There were some heavy crashes though, so sometimes it is a mistake as well doing it this way, because I might miss some hard crashes. However, these cars are pretty safe, so that is also some good thing. And we haven't had a lot of injuries lately. I think the last injury was Denise Steinhauer, and we haven't had, well, I'm not sure how many injuries we had this season, but not too many. I have it on the paper, which I forgot. But yeah. So we have done one race, Ingelam Liana winner. Let's go to the second race. Completely the same, everything, but I will do it a little bit quicker. So loading first. The qualifying I always skip for the test races because it doesn't really matter too much. So there we go. Of Mice and Men car now all the way in the back. I'm going to a Of Mice and Men concert, believe it or not. Well, I'm going to a Linkin Park concert this Friday, so that says enough. Okay, let's count cautions. One caution out. Pulsar is still in the lead, but there have been some passing. So there, still green. Caution is out. There have been some more passing, but still the Pulsar in the lead. And if this continues, I might consider not going here. Caution number 3 is out. Always difficult to do this, and when I talk especially caution number 4, because now you have to pay attention to multiple things, and you really have to switch fast between the standings and yellow, another yellow, 5 cautions. So we had 7 in the first one. I want between 5 and 8 or something, 5 and 7. So here we have a 6th caution. So quite a lot of cautions. If there are 2 or 3 more cautions, I will change it. Yeah, another caution over here. New leader. I'm not sure where Nicole Trunwich went, all the way to the back of the field. So another caution, caution number 8 that is, I count, and might even count it wrong. So caution number 9. Once again, we are going to change it a little bit. And no further cautions, so here we have Nicole Trunwich, who finished in 13th, but at least she finished. See a whole row of cars not finishing. That is not 29 cars or 28 cars finishing is a great amount of cars. So I want that. So what I do now, I will change a little bit. Debbie Myers won the race. Oh, that's good for her. First win. Shame it doesn't count. And that happens a lot, actually. There are some drivers who never win, but those test races, they always win for some reason. That's really shame for them. You see the Fraps thing over there. Actually, I'm not even sure if I'm still recording. Oh. I'm not even sure if I'm still recording, so I'm not even sure if you can see this. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter. What I will do, you will hear from my mouse clicks. I will go to Papyrus, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Dascar NR 2003. Go to the tracks and then to Grand Detour. Tracks, and there we see over here, it's a 1.5 mile quad oval, doesn't really matter, all this information. 500 laps. Oh, also something I take a look at is the time. I should do that in a few moments if the race is not too long. Draft and distance is 1.2, so I will change it to 1.23. Oh, damn. Yeah, 1.23. That should be fine, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go into the race, the game again. My Fraps has probably stopped recording, so I'll quickly do that again so you can see. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, Fraps stopped recording. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will get your screen back right away. Here we go. So, there we go. Back again. Frap, once again, you heard it me saying that. So, then we go quickly test this. I will do just one quick test. If it is still not right, I will just stop recording for a moment. And I will get you to the main race. Well, you will see that will not see that in this video. You will see that in another video, the ordinary race video. But the way which that video is made, we're going to go to that in a few moments after the race to the editing. So I will quickly look one more time. You'll see a blank screen. Why is that? Some of you might wonder and might have noticed that for the past couple of races there might have been a blank screen, especially with the Daytona races or the Talladega races. In the damn it, man! In the Gulf Super Speedway Series. My goodness! Shut up already. One yellow. Nick Duncan's still in the lead. Different leader now, so that's good. I think the Niels Steiner might have wrecked already, so 2 cautions we have now. Passing, I believe, so it's all about cautions now. So we have had 2 cautions, and if I don't think it's right, I might change it back again. 3 cautions now. Still Nick Duncan in the lead. So there we got 4 cautions. Nortje Smith and Alex Smith are making it up some ground. Here we have our halfway home, and we have 4 cautions, 5 cautions now, so that's promising. Once for you guys, I will do 2 more test races because always after a change I will do more test races. So I think we're at 6 cautions or something, might be 5. So I will do some testing after this. 7 cautions now. A lot of cars are lapped down. Oh, a lot of cars out raced as well. Denise is now with a piston problem. I know what happened. Right before she took the green flag, she probably already had some issues. So there we go. Still a lot of cautions and a lot of cars out of the race. I'm going to do some more testing, ladies and gentlemen. At least you know what all goes with preparing these races. If you still have any questions, and I of course I know there might have been some things I have missed telling you, which I always do, but this is just the basic information, the most important information I do, most basic things I do before preparing these races. And you can understand that I'm already recording for 20 minutes, and that is all preparation. And we're not done yet preparing. So yeah, you can imagine that sometimes I've been preparing races and testing racetracks now for a whole day. So, and that is all because I want you to have the best race I can get you. And that's why I always hate it if a race is pretty terrible, if something suddenly happens which is very bad. So just for you guys to know, we're going to do some more testing, and after this you will see the conclusion. The race is already done, so if you haven't seen the race yet, don't look at the rest. I will probably upload this race after the main race, so don't look at that. First look at the main race, and otherwise it will be a big spoiler. So this is a big spoiler alert for you guys, and we will be right back with the conclusion of the race and how these races are edited. So yeah, be right back. Hey guys, so welcome back. I just did the race, the Dance Masters 500 at Grand Detour, and here we are in Windows Live Movie Maker, where I'm going to be editing this video. It was a very, very long race, as you can see over here, if my camera focuses. I have to record it with my camera, because for some reason, Fraps is really stupid because it can only record something which is in game, and as Movie Maker is not a game, it cannot record. So it's a shame, but yeah, well, you cannot see it, sorry about that. But this video, this race, everything over here is 1 hour and 11 minutes long. So I already loaded all the files in here, so you can already see. This is spoiler, by the way. So there's victory screen. This is the last video. It always records. I always record things in parts, and then I edit things and I put them together. So what we have over here, this is the video, the welcome to everything and stuff. And here we got starting grid. So then when we play this, it shows like this. This one is 7 seconds long. The starting grid thing is 5 seconds long. And of course, you probably already knew it. I forgot something. Well, I haven't put something in. I always have with me, or I always put in those, logo things. So let's see if we can Let's see. We got the Dascar on RTL7 logo, which is right here. So this one put before this 5 seconds. Then we put in the Philips Cup Series logo, and this is the same. Everything I do over here is the same for the Shell Dirtwinger series. So there we go. Now everything. Oh, almost that. I always do these effects. I can already work pretty well with Movie Maker. So you got over here a very great video, and now all is missing are the in-between things, which are the cautions and of course the audio. And the audio always takes a little bit more time. Actually, audio is most of the time, except for because, well, you will see this is the first video, and then after this is where the first caution came out. No, it is not yet. Not yet here. This is where the first caution came out. So what I always do, go to here, then I put title. I type in caution. sorry if I don't put everything over here in on the video, because I have to type with one hand. Caution number 1, put this black, background is yellow, and then the length is always 4 seconds, don't want to have it longer. So now you have over here caution number 1, and then eventually it moves on to the video, and there we have over here, this is where the green flag is again, so green flag, smaller, automatic, green, 4 seconds, in that order. I never think with this anymore because I've done this so many times, I think around, well, 1,000 times maybe. So I will not, everything is just automatic. And the reason, and the thing is, sometimes I forget what caution I was, so I have to look back. So we have caution number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This race had around 7 or 8 cautions, I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna put everything over here, and then I'll be right back. Then I'll put the audio in. Of course, first there is gonna be a song. I still have to think about the song, and then I will put in the audio for the race. So we'll be right back. Hang on. So we are back again over here. I have put everything over here in the video, all the cautions and the green flag things. Apparently we have 9 cautions, which is not what I had, well, expected. It's a bit too many. So I did 3 test races before I did the race, and those are after the video, so I just did them just before I did the race. 3 test races, 2 had 6 cautions and 1 had 8 cautions, so unfortunately 9 cautions is not what I had hoped for. But, well, it doesn't really matter, it was still a great race. So, there we have everything said and done with the video material. Now we just have to have a song, which is right over here. Once again, this is not the original song because I always change something. It says, 57,000 hertz, and I always put some effects with the treble and the bass in it. The reason is why I do this and not put the normal song is because of copyright stuff. For some reason, they are just being very annoying. So every time you put a video which has music which isn't yours, you are going to get punished. So I don't want that happening to my channel. So I always adjust these things, make them into a sort of nightcore version, just putting the pitch higher and the tempo higher, and adding some bass and everything, and then everything should be said done. It's not always the case like that. So here we have a song called Ammo Stick by Linkin Park from the new movie Mall. It's always a decision with, it always depends on what song I put in, what song. It really depends on what song I've listened to a lot over the past few days. So I could have put a Mice and Men song in it since I listened to that a lot as well for the past week, but well, I'm going to do that in the Gold Super Suicide series, so this time it is Linkin Park. Of course, I went to Linkin Park concert, so that is the song. Let's put it now in the video together with the audio. So here we are in the video. I put in the audio over here from the song, so there it is. It's now the song. I'm not sure if you can really hear it very well. It's a pretty good song. Well, it really depends what song I put in. Sometimes it's like a very calm song. This is a little bit calm, up tempo, and sometimes I just put in well, pretty much like a heavy song. So I also put in over here the audio file for me speaking over here, my commentary. Turn it a little bit louder. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you back to a race which was very planned last season. There we are. That is me speaking. This is my my commentary on the video. I always have to do them separately because my computer can't pull it to record both at the same time in the same file. So I record all the audio and then, or first, well, pretty much the video and the audio at the same time. I will not do it separately. as you know. So now I just have to sync it, and syncing it can be very difficult sometimes, sometimes not. And let's see over. So what I'm doing now, listening, and what I always listen for are the clicks, the mouse button clicks. Sometimes I do not do that, sometimes I do. So here we go, this is the start of the race. Let's take a look at that. Grand detour for a 500 kilometer race. We are Green Flag Racing, 75 Cloud. Yeah, it really depends. Sometimes I listen to the clicks, but when there are no, but I also listen to when the cameras move to a different camera position, like here. This as well. And so far, this one sounds pretty good. So I'm expecting this one to be just like it should be. And then the most recent winner was the 69 car of Kelly Waters, and here comes AJ Robinson to the inside. Okay, I'm really distracted now. So what then we will do, oh, that's my girlfriend talking to me. What we then do, we have to split it over, and what I have to do, because of course, I always, for some reason I always press, my timing is not really good, and the audio always starts recording a little bit later, so I have to adjust this, and it is most of the times 2/100ths of a second later. So instead of 1070.74 or 0.54 seconds, I have to put it to 1070.74 seconds. So just a little bit later. So then you have it like this. Well, last season we saw. Well, you can barely hear the difference, and here you can see how crazy this race was, pretty much. I'm going to put a thumbnail in this, but I've never done this, so. Yeah, we are just going to see how this thing is, and usually I have some onboards, and of course, you know, if I listen to clicks, when I want to go onboard, I have to click again. So let's see. Onboard, you can also see what all happened and where it started. It can be a little bit later, so I will change it from 0.74 to 0.94. I sometimes have to do this radically, sometimes not. Just for you guys to know. So. For the record, this onward you can also see what all happened and where it started. Now it sounds perfectly. There, actually, we're going to put this. And let's see if we can have it like this. So not really a lot he can do about this. He did pay a price for it, so that's a shame. That's always also something which we can listen to, the sound of a car hitting the wall. And usually when this is synchronized, there she goes. Yeah, this is. Over guardrail. This is good. So you always have a certain feeling with it. So I'm going to do this, and it will take me a while before I have to do this. Of course, this at this moment I've done 21 minutes. It goes pretty fast sometimes. Sometimes it's really slow, especially when I'm distracted, for example, by my girlfriend or by anything else. So I'm going to synchronize everything, and then I will take you to how we do it with the points. If I forgot anything, I will also include that. So I'm going to synchronize it right now. So here we are again. We have edited everything. All the sound is now synchronized. So that means we only have to do one more thing, and that's to conclude this video. And as you all know, at the end of the video, I always do the point standings. So what are we going to do? I looked at these standings right here, and here I always looked at them in the video right here after I edited everything. Why? I don't know. So then I write all the standings down. So here you can see the order of this is the order of this race. This was previous race. So you see everybody. I always write it down like this. So here you have eventually, it will look like this, a whole mess with all numbers, and people who don't know what the heck this is will just see random numbers. So we see over here that the 95 car finished in first position. So then we start our Excel sheet, and this is how that looks like. These are all the points. that are distributed over everybody. See, Alex Smith is marked in gold. I always do that with the drivers who are locked in the chase or who are in the chase. So here you see everybody. There are some gaps of people who haven't been in the series for every time. So Momo Ikari, Kate Scriven, and others as well. And here are people who were kicked out: Ian Dada, Dion Scott, Dom Caps, Keith Batson, and Jeremy Dewey. So, what are we going to do? We're going to go to race number 13. I always do it like this: 2 races, and then eventually this is the point standings. Why, I don't know. I have done this like for years and years. Although every time I do calculate the point standings or everything in total after every race. So, that is that. I'm not sure. What do I have in C2? Nothing now. So here we have what I eventually copy and paste into the video. This is the for everybody sorted out with their points. So you see Ray Tackett, that was the points leader. Diana Vasquez, Benny Johnson, and Robinson. After this race, Ray Tackett is still points leader, but Andy Robinson will be in second, and probably Betty Johnson or Denise Steinauer or something in third, and Diana Vasquez in fifth. And here we see the teams. That is something new, and this is sometimes difficult. What I always do, there are some drivers who have driven in multiple cars, like E.G. Robinson and Jacques Robinson. They have both driven the 57 car. Jacques Robinson only for 1 race, but with the new points system, they have separate points. So E.G. Robinson will have separate points from Jacques Robinson in the driver standings. However, in the team standings, they are both combined. So there you can see 257 points, and that is a total of 230 over here for E.G. Robinson and 27 for Jacques Robinson. So that's how it works. Now we're going to do, normally I have music on when I do this. Now we're going to go and distribute the points. Just fill them in. So there we go. Andrew Robinson won this race, 47 points for him. Then we go second, Kelly Waters, 42 points. We have over here the 63 car in third position, so 41 points. Then we got the 76 car in fourth position, 40 points. This can be done very, very quickly, and sometimes very, very slowly if I'm distracted. Debbie Myers, 39 points. We got 08 car of Haruka Takeda over there with 38 points. We got the 1 car, Josselin van Aert, 37 points. And that is how it's gonna be done. 43 car gets 36 points. The 77 car gets 35 points. And eventually the 52 car gets 34 points. Bob Jones finishing in 10th. So that's how I'm going to do it. I will fill in everything and then I will be right back. So we have filled in everything over here and even calculate already the average, or well, not the average, but the sum of all the points. So we have to select everything. There will be no penalties for drivers. Sometimes that may be if people turn around 2 or more drivers. So then we select everything over and copy it to the third page. And this is, I have to switch every time. So now we have it. No. There we go. We have the driver points ready. However, team points still has to be sorted out, and with some it's difficult. With E.G. Robinson, Jacques Robinson, it's easy, 257 points. We just look how many points they have to combine over here. So E.G. Robinson and Jacques Robinson together, sum is 281. So they will have 281, and we immediately cut or copy them to here. Otherwise, there will be a lost again. With others, it is a little bit more difficult. For example, the Saya Sumi Momo Ikari, Kassan Renzi Momo Ikari, simply because Momo Ikari has driven for both cars. So we have to, in this case, we have to see the Saya Sumi and Momo Ikari number 5 car. They had 226 points. Saya Sumi received 9 points now, so that will be 235 for Saya Asumi and Momo Ikari. Now for Kassan Renzi and Momo Ikari was driving in the 31 car, so it was
326. Well, my car got 10 points, so it will be 236. So there we go. They will be copied to here, and there we go. Now everything is ready to be sorted out because there are no other drivers who have more drivers per car. So we can do data, sort it, and then eventually this can be sorted. There we go. So you see your new points leader. Well, new points leader. Ray Takeda is still in the points lead, but only with 50 points now over Andrew Robinson. So it's a lot less. Andrew Robinson second, Betty Johnson third, Diana Veska fourth, and Neve Steinauer in fifth position. Pretty close. Now let's see, for team points we have to have everybody over here, including the bottom two. Oh, we still have to copy them, excuse me. So we will copy this right here. Copy. Could have done this a lot better and easier. And well, this is something. Sometimes it might not go that easily. So there we have to delete this, and we have to cut this and paste it over here. Yeah, that's correct now. The 5 car, Sayasumi. I'm not sure who should I delete. Well, we will first do Sayasumi, post it over there, boom. And now Cassandra Renzi, number 31 car, and Momo Akari there. Then we have to delete this one, and don't think there's any other thing we have to delete except these two now. So quickly look up. Well, there it is. So there we go. Of course, once again, it might not go smooth all the time. So there we have to sort it now. Largest to smallest, and there we go. This should be alright. Might be, well, I'm not expecting there to be any mistakes, so this should be right. So now we can just simply copy and paste this into the game. There we go. Into the video. We do, oops, that's not the button I was looking for. I'm not sure how to call it in English. Of course, it's in Dutch. So we do driver point standings. I'm going to put it over here. Driver points standings. So there we go. We copy this, paste over here. So there we have this. Now we will go to the bottom and we do team point standings. And then we copy and paste the other row. There are over here 42 teams, which is correct. Of course, there are 42 cars. So there we go. Make it a little bit smaller, otherwise it doesn't fit. It's gonna be 90 seconds. We have to adjust that as well. And also with the amount of the text, 90 seconds. Now we have to do one more thing. Copy this, which is the music. Paste it over there. We have to make, well, I usually put it to the end, so 168 seconds it has to be now. 78.65, there it has to start in the song. So then eventually we'll see. It has to fade out. I will turn it a little bit louder. So I will probably put it, well, let's say 5 seconds or 6 seconds earlier. So, and then I will do a fade out. I always do fade outs most of the time. Listening to it is alright. Well, that's decent. There we go. So this is how it ends. That's eventually your point standings, and we'll move on like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I always go take a quick check. I think everything is fine now. So that is pretty much how I do these races and how I prepare them and how I edit them. As you can imagine, it takes up quite a lot of time. I'll put my face in there. So yeah, that is how I do things. And if you still have any questions, let me know. Feel free to use it this way, because I think this is a pretty good way to do this, especially the points. Some do championship mode. I never do that, and I don't think it is a smart idea either, because if you lose anything within the game, you still have everything. It's easily adjustable. It only takes a little bit more time. So, excuse me. This is the best way I think to do these races. It might be the easier way, but I'll just do it like this. If you have any tips for me, let me know it as well. And then pretty much we're done. So what are we going to do? My battery's almost empty. Save it, and now we're going to save it there and save. Now it's gonna save, and this always takes a long time. So I've been editing now for, I think, I'm not sure, it took a little bit longer, 2 hours maybe. Usually it takes less than 1 hour. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any more tips or questions, let me know. Post it in the comments below. And well, thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. There are going to be replacement sign-ups soon again for both series. Well, not for the Gold Super Speedway series, but I will do for the Gold Super Speedway series, because sometimes I might do things differently. So I'll make a video for that as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.